Hey guys, Pete here, and in today's video we're going to show you how we're creating true transformations on the court and online. It's part of our spring cleaning special on the slice and the kick serve. So today I'm going to show you Joe, who visited me this week, and we're going to show you how we transformed his slice and his kick serve in one lesson. And all these tips, by the way, are inside the Slice Serve Mastery course and the Sick Kicks course. So let's get to it. When Joe came to me, he said, I'd really love to be able to get that ball slicing and hooking out wide. In fact, I'd kill for it, Pete, is what he said to me. And you can see here that the ball, it's not a bad-looking serve, by the way. I'm going to tell you what we did to change it to create this. Now watch this. This really starts to move. Look at this thing move across the court right away, hit the line, and then watch where this thing starts to bounce and get off the court, basically right into the side fence. So if he's playing a match now, if he's going to play singles, he actually says he still loves to play singles. He's got a wide open court to hit to, and that's one of his big goals. He's like, I want to be able to get my opponent off the court so I have a wide open court to hit to, so I have a big advantage in the point. And you can see that very serve would actually do that. So let me show you the subtle changes we made to create this. So let's get right into it, guys. So one of the first changes we made is just the angle in his body. Kind of like McEnroe. When McEnroe would throw that ball up, you could really see his chest. Okay, his chest would turn back to the viewer behind him, and then he would uncoil, and he would really bring that ball way off the court as a lefty with his slice, and I also like to do that with my slice. Where the way Joe was going, he wasn't getting much rotation in his hips and in his shoulders, right? And so the ball wasn't really moving that much. It kind of went there. Even on his best serves when he's getting it out there, which I'll show you, it still wasn't curling off the court and didn't have as much action on it. And I was talking about breaking the body barrier with him to where his shoulder just kind of like stopped here, and then he'd start to hook in forward. See how he's already coming around and doing that a little too early, so then the ball doesn't really hook that much. So that was the first thing. Let me show you the difference here when we show you what we did to start getting that happening for him. So I'll be right back with that. So right here we can see the difference already before he even makes a move. Just changing his stance, I brought his back foot a little more back this way as opposed to being here. Okay, so we just changed it a very little bit. But then when he went into his rotation, now all of a sudden that's a big change. That looks good, doesn't it? Right here, the way we're seeing that chest come again back, a little Mac-like, but not too severe to where he's still going to easily be able to uncoil into the court. Sometimes you can overdo it, by the way, guys, so don't think the more you keep turning that it's going to work for you. If you go too far, you have to, everybody's kind of a little different, but if you go too far and then you try and uncoil, sometimes you just can't do it. You kind of get your hips stuck. So be careful about going too far as well. But this was a perfect range of motion for him, and you can see that now he's got his shoulder way extended back here. He's cleared the body barrier, as we like to say, and so this is going to bring a lot more momentum and ultimately hook as he's coming around. You can see right away that ball starts to hook, and then again, look at that bounce, and it comes through. So that was one of the main things we focused on. Then I'm going to show you the second thing we really worked on to start to get that thing to curl. So in the lesson we talked about several things. They're inside the course, but we focused on two main things, and I already told you the first thing was the way we changed the stance. Now that we're back here, you can probably really pick up on the difference. And then as he's going to hit that, and this is one of his better ones, by the way, you can see that as he follows through, so here's one of his best serves, but it doesn't really, look how it doesn't really keep going off the court. It kind of goes straightforward. So he would complain that even when I aim it right, it's still not hooking and breaking the way I want. And look at the way he finishes his racket, see? And he would always do that. He would work the stroke, it would look good, but then he would just stop suddenly. Look at that. He's pretty much done right there. So I talked about doing the ice cream scoop finish. So we'll be right back. I'll show you what that looks like. So what we worked on, one of the things we worked on was really relaxing and not decelerating, just letting the serve flow. And this is one of his best ones. Look how he comes way around, way up high. Pretend this is an ice cream scooper. He could then take a lick right there of the ice cream cone. So this is something that really naturally starts to add a lot more hook without trying to. Yeah, so he's talking about it right there. He's got a little smile on his face, as you can see, and so it created a dramatic improvement, as you can see, guys, on his slice serve. And what I want to do is come back and show you also how we worked the kick serve and a drill we did that's inside the sick kick course. And you can really see how, and as he started to do the drill, I'm not going to show you the whole drill, but as he started to do it, he started to get better and better and better with it. So I'll be right back with that, guys. I hope you're enjoying this so far. All right, so here we are doing one of my favorite drills from the sick kick course to where we're working off in the opposite court, and this really just shows you the potential that you can have for your kick serve and start to really see what can happen. And when I do this with people, and Rick, remember in the video I sent you the other day, he went and he did this by himself, okay? So we went through step by step, and this is one of the reasons why he's able to get that ball way off the court. First of all, look at how high, all right, guys, that thing is bouncing up here. Well, I'm a little off. I want to make sure I'm 100% accurate. Let me get right on that ball. Now I'm too low. It's just above that. But that is pretty cool. That is very high. If you're taking a look at that, that's pretty much right at his shoulder level or above. That thing is really getting up the fence. And what I love about this is that he does it back to back, and he even gets a more severe angle. Look at that thing, and it goes in and bounces. Look at that thing where it bounces on the fence. Look at that. Right up there. That is pretty cool. But what I love most is Joe's reaction. All right? Watch this. I'm going to clear this, pause it, and play his real-time reaction, which is priceless.
Good. There you go. Again. Oh, yeah. That was good. I'll take that one.
So that is pretty awesome. And look at that smile. That is great. We have Joe Mott from Tallahassee. What did you think of your 2-hour lesson today?
Awesome. If I spend money and I have fun, there's no better way to spend money.
And what do you like working with me? What do you find enjoyable about it?
I enjoy being around you. I like the laughter in your voice, and I don't feel put down if I can't do something. I'm encouraged to do everything.
And what was the biggest thing you learned today?
Well, I hope that I can learn to keep my core stretched on my tippy toes while I'm hitting either the slice or the kick.
Cool. And did you see some good improvement today?
Absolutely. I think now I can hit, whereas before I might hit 3 out of 10 practice kick serves, I think now I hit 6 out of 10.